So glad to have you back. I'm glad that you're following us and then you are getting all that we are giving to you on this channel. And I'm happy with what people are sending, maybe their private DM and then the impact that the video is having already. I want to encourage you to start practicing. One of the best ways to learn is to practice. Remember, our target is for you to be the best student in your exams, and not just the best student pertaining to your exams. We want you to graduate and then have a definition of what your career ought to be like. Do you understand? In the last class, we talked about 14 things that you need to do once your exams have started running, assuming your exam timetable is out and you need to be revising. And then in that last class, we took only 7 points. And today we're going to be finishing the remaining 7. And I bet you, once you follow this 14 steps, 14 things that are expected of you to do once your exams have started running, I bet you will come out the best of students in class. So the first thing we're going to be looking at today is single task. Once your exam has started, please, when you're studying, drop multitasking. I know that women always multitask. They try to do this, do the other one, and do the other one, especially when they have a lot of responsibilities at home to take care of. But once it comes to learning, please, multitasking doesn't help. It retardates learning ability because you try to assimilate everything, you try to coordinate everything you're doing all at once. But in actual sense, it doesn't work that way. You end up missing up a lot of things, and then you also end up affecting your ability or your capacity to remember the things you have read. It also affects your understanding. So please, once it comes to studying, once it comes to revising for your exams, please do not multitask. I advise you to single task. The second thing I want you to do is this. When you're feeling dizzy while revising or while studying for your exam, please, I want you to take a little snack. Yes, nibble a snack or take a walk outside. This will help you to get some fresh air and refresh your system. Don't insist. When you're feeling dizzy, don't insist that you must get through, you must read through whatever you are reading, that if you don't get through, you're not getting up. See, let me tell you, you can't cheat nature, especially if you're just starting off. You can't cheat nature. So once you start feeling dizzy, find a way to make yourself to come alert and come alive again. You can take a snack or you can take a walk. These two things will help you by and large. Then the next one I want you to do is this. Please, when you are studying, bear it in mind that you need to build your exam confidence level. And how will I build my exam confidence level? There are things you're expected to do. Already in the beginning of the class, we made mention of some certain things. We talked about grading yourself. After grading yourself, we made mention of daydreaming so that you can look at the options you have before you. We made mention of decision taking, how you're going to take the decision of where you want to get to. And then there are still other foundation blocks that we are still yet to give you in this series, and then subsequently our smart study skills. And so when you do those things, you follow the memory optimization model and you follow all those things we will give you here on this channel, it's going to help to build your confidence level. Because once you get into the hall, you are certain of the fact that you have prepared yourself, and the things that you study, if you're asked in the hall, you are able to reproduce those things. Then of course you will get into the hall, you wouldn't feel intimidated by anyone or even the examiners in question. Then another thing you also need to do to build your confidence level is this. Once your exam is approaching, please stop asking your friends, what have you read? Have you read this one? Have you read this other one? Once they tell you the things that they have read, if for any reason you did not read a particular thing that someone read, it's going to affect your confidence. You're going to feel that, man, I'm not fit for this particular exam. And once your confidence is affected, that exam will be a problem for you. So please build your confidence level. I've given you the things you need to do in order to build your confidence. Another thing I want you to do is to eat good food. Yes, eat good food. Please step down on your junk. I understand that students, they will tell you they don't have money or whatever, so they end up eating junks here and there. But you know what? When it comes to real study, it consumes a lot of calories from your system. It requires a lot of energy for you to perform. So once you burn that amount of energy, junk cannot help the matter. You need to enrich your food in proteins and vegetables so that you will be fit and well throughout the exam period. It's going to be bad that you prepared for an exam and just maybe 2 days or thereabout to the exam you fall sick, and people usually call it exam fever. Exam fever could come as a result of low nutrients in your system. So you notice that sometimes just few days to the exam, some people get sick. Two major things are always responsible for exam fever. It could be because you kept consuming junk food and you didn't eat real good food, and then your system breaks down because you're consuming a lot of calories in your studies. So you also require good nutritious food to also boost your system. So if you don't, that could make you get sick. And the second thing that could also make you get sick is when you have not prepared for an exam, you lose your confidence, and this too could make you get sick once the exam is about to commence. Then the next thing I want you to do is this. Please drink water. Yes, water is life. Drink clean and good and sufficient water. Take it into your system. It's going to help your system. It's going to help to refresh your mind, your brain. Every part of your system needs water. You see, let me tell you, sometimes students have headache here and there, and it's a result of insufficient water in their system. So when you take water, it helps to refresh your system, it helps to clean your kidney, and then you get fit for what you're out for. Then the last one that I want you to do once your exams are started and maybe you're revising, please reduce the amount of books on the desk. Yes, some people they pile up a lot of books on their desk, and when you just look at the whole thing, you get tired. You just feel like, am I going to look at all these things? They are not necessary. If you've been studying before exam, it then means that once it's time for revision, you would have written all these things, the salient points, you would have jotted them down in your study notebook, so you don't have to pile books on the table, which could help to discourage you. So having got at the remaining 7 points that you need in order to function well in your revision time, I want to give you the last thing. The last advice is this. Once you have done all these things, obviously your confidence level will be high, and then you will get into the hall and write very well. But if you're not careful, overconfidence may also step in, and overconfidence is also a killer in the hall. What do I mean? Sometimes you get into the hall because you're so confident about this exam. You are not just confident, overconfidence have stepped in, and then you get into the hall, you will not even take your time to read the instruction. Yes, the instruction could be answer number 1 question is compulsory, answer number 1 question and any other 4. So you just go and answer any other 4. You will not even pick that number 1 question is compulsory. And once you do that, obviously you have lost the mark for number 1. And most times that compulsory question carries the highest mark. So please, once you're getting into the hall, please be humble, get into the hall, pray, and then start your examination. Don't be overconfident so that you don't lose out after having worked so hard. So that's it for today's class. I want to believe that these 14 things and the extra one I just added will help you write your exams and come out with a very good result. Remember, if you are not the best, you are still not part of this team. You just have to be the best. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.